Good evening, everyone. I don't know if you're all freezing, but boy, in Florida, it's really cold and we're not used to this cold. So tonight we're going to talk about overcalls in suit contracts. And I just want to make sure that everyone understands that when we play a lot of duplicate bridge, not when we're beginners, but when we now play duplicate, the ranges of overcalls has changed dramatically. All overcalls, the main principle of an overcall in a suit is lead directing. We promise at least two of the top 3 honors, maybe 4, and we promise 6 to 17 high card points. It's a very big range. But the purpose of an overcall, the number 1 purpose, there are 3 or 4 purposes of an overcall, but the number 1 purpose is for the lead. You want the lead of that suit. So if you've got 18 or more, you would double first and then bid to show that very strong hand. So I'm going to load the hands now, and we're going to look at hand number 3. And we'll talk about the overcalls. I'm just going to move this over. I was discussing hand number 9. So let me get to number 3. Okay. South is going to open the bidding with 1 diamond. And West is going to overcall 1 spade. Now remember that if you've got 6 points to 17, it's more important to get your 5-card major in first. Doubling and then bidding shows a very strong hand. You could always double later if the bidding should die. But get that spade bid in now. You want the lead of a spade. You want to tell partner you've got a 5-card suit. And you want to tell partner you've got at least 2 of the top 3 honors. It's going to go pass by North. And East does not have a fit in spades. East has her own 6-card suit. Now, I do not play that if you the advancer, which you are in the East hand, the responder to the overcaller, that if you bid your own suit, it is not forcing everybody. It is highly constructive. It just says to partner, you know, partner, I don't like your suit. I've got my own good 6-card suit. So if you're going to lead my suit, not your suit. That is what 2 hearts means. Pass by South, not good enough to do anything. The King of Spades is in the wrong position, and you've got no aces, and you've got nothing to say. So you will pass 2 hearts, and West has a golden fit, an 8-card major suit fit. In fact, it happens to be 9. Never deny a fit with a fit. Bid 3 hearts. Partner, I've got a heart fit with you. If you like it, go to game. And if you don't, I'm happy for you to pass. And now we're going to upgrade that singleton diamond and that doubleton spade. Now we look at our shortage for points. We get 3 for a singleton, 1 for the doubleton. So the hand looks much healthier now. Partner did not have to bid 3 hearts, and I would accept the invitation. 4 hearts. Was everybody in 4 hearts on this hand? I hope so, because that's the correct contract. You have a 5-3 fit, actually a 6-3 fit. And we should all be in 4 hearts. We're going to get the lead of the King of Diamonds. Top of 2 cards touching. You're going to win the ace, and before you play this hand, before you do anything, you've got to count your losers. In the diamond suit, we have no losers. In the hearts, hopefully, no losers. In the spades, the hand that opened usually has the King of Spades. Maybe we won't have a spade loser. And we may have 2 club losers. But do not trump for nothing, everybody. I don't want you telling the opponent that you've got no diamonds in your hand. It is not necessary. The most important thing is that you've got to get back to your hand to take a spade finesse. Now we need to draw trumps, but our trumps is our vehicle, our taxi, to get backwards and forwards. So let's do it together, everybody. Do not rough and tell people you had a singleton. And I have a reason for everything. The reason you should not tell them you have a singleton is that they'll know you long in another suit. So play the 2 of hearts, 6 of hearts, ace of hearts. So far, so good. The jack dropped. Well, I've got the 10, so it's not a problem if they don't break. We had a 9-card fit. Everybody followed, so there's only 2 left, so it's most probably the 9 and the 8. While you are in your hand, you've got to do the spade finesse first. While you are in your hand. Now you need to get back to your hand in order to do the spade finesse again. So you use your hearts as your vehicle, your taxi, to get back. Don't shorten yourself for nothing. It's not necessary. And they show out. Now, there's one more trump out. But you've got to leave that trump there for the spades. So let's try the spade finesse again, everybody. While we're here in our hand. Now, we don't know if the spades are going to break. But we need to keep that queen of hearts there for the spades so we know we can look after these beautiful spades, but we're not sure if they're going to break. And if we do play the ace of spades, let's look at it, and the north will trump it. We can over trump. It doesn't matter. So let's see if they break 3 and 3. We had a 5-2 fit. Let's hope they break 3 and 3. Because one discard in the clubs isn't going to help us. So play the ace. Now they all broke. Well, that really helped us a lot. Now we can draw the last trump because that was our taxi for all those beautiful spades. And now we can enjoy the 8 of spades and throw away a club. And then the 7 of spades and throw away another club. And then the rest are ours. We have the ace of clubs, and we are going to make all 13 tricks. We play a club to the ace, and all we have left are trumps. And everything depends on using your trumps as your vehicle to do your spade finesse. Do not just draw trumps and then you can't get back to your hand and you cannot get as many tricks. Are there any questions, everybody, on this hand? Any questions? None? Okay. Well, everybody's happy. All right, let's go to hand number 4. Remember, the range for overcalls is very big range. 6 or 7 to 17. Okay, let's look at the bidding. Right, west passes. And north is going to open 1 club. East is going to overcall 1 spade. And why do we overcall? Because we have 3 of the top honors all touching and we have an entry. That is when I like to overcall. As long as I've got an entry in my hand, an outside ace or an outside king, and my suit has got some solidity, substance, I will overcall 1 spade. And now South has to do something on the hand, and South's going to have to bid on this hand 2 hearts. He's got 10 or more points, and he guarantees a 5-card heart suit. That's what 2 hearts shows. Now, if you had to look at the West hand, West has 4 trumps, everyone. West has 4 trumps on this hand. And knowing that you have 9 trumps between you, what are we going to do on this hand? With 9 trumps and not much defense. We've only got a singleton heart. Not much defense. You should definitely bid 4 spades. You're not bidding it to make. You're bidding it because you know you've got a lot of trumps between you with shape. And you should bid 4 spades. You're not bidding it to make at all. You want to block them right out. So now North is definitely not going to let you play there. And North is going to bid 5 hearts. 6-4, bid some more. What a lovely shape hand. East is finished. South is finished. And West has done their job. And now I want everyone to remember that when people play at the 5 level, it's always a good idea to put an ace on the table to guide yourself of what to do next. So put on the ace of hearts to see the dummy. You don't have to have, they're in 5 hearts. I mean the ace of spades to see the dummy. You do not promise the king. You do not promise the king of spades. You always need an ace at the 5 level just to guide yourself where you should go now. Very important. You put on the ace of spades. And now looking at the hands together in the South hand, we have no heart losers. We have 1 spade loser. We have 2 diamond losers. And we have no club losers. And everything depends on what East throws on the ace of spades. Let's talk about it. How many of you know what a suit preference signal is? When there's a singleton in dummy, and that's why I said to you at the 5 level, I always put on an ace to see if I can get any information from my partner to help me and guard the defense. You play the 6, and the East hand must throw the queen of spades away. It's not telling partner, I like the suit. I want you to come back spades. There's a singleton on the table. A high card asks for the higher of the 2 remaining suits, excluding trumps in the dummy. That queen of spades demands a diamond. That is the higher one of the 2 remaining suits in the dummy. If you were voiding clubs, you would drop the 3 of spades, demanding a club. And that's called a suit preference signal. And now you have to play the 10. What else can you play? They win the queen. And now the only chance to beat it is to catch that ace of diamonds. And the ace of diamonds will beat the hand. And the rest is theirs. But without a suit preference signal, we'll never be able to defeat this contract. Are there any questions, everyone? I want to make sure that everybody remembers our suit preference signals. At the 5 level, always put an ace on the table and then look at the dummy. And partner usually can guide you what to do next. Any questions?
Would you repeat that suit preference signal one more time?
When there's a singleton in the dummy, it is up to your partner to guide you as to what suit you would like next, because coming back a spade is redundant. You can't do that. There are no more. So you will guide your partner by the size of the card you throw on the lead of that ace. A high spade, the queen, demands the higher suit, excluding trumps, out of the 2 remaining suits in the dummy. So diamonds is higher than clubs, and that is a demand for a diamond. A high card wants a diamond, and if partner was voiding clubs and wanted a club, partner would throw the 3 of spades. If you've got no interest in any suit, you could play a middle card. But these are extreme discards. Extreme. The queen demands the diamond, the higher one, and the 3 would ask for a club. That is called a suit preference signal. And there are a lot of videos on suit preference signal. I think it's in March 2024, if I'm not mistaken, maybe on the 19th of March, I think. But I know I have a whole video and hands related to suit preference signal. So if you want to look it up, please go back into the archives or acbl.org, and you can pick up the hands as well as the video.
Thank you.
Any other questions on this hand?
I have
Any
a
other-
question.
Yes.
When we played, my partner and I are beginners. And so my question is, I bid 3 hearts. And so when I looked at the hand, I thought that afterwards that there were 35 points between us. And my question is, should I have bid 6 hearts, you know, based on how our bidding went for our game? Rather than 3 hearts, should I have bid 6
Wait a minute.
hearts?
Who bid 3 hearts?
I did. Well, I bid north, yes.
You can't bid 3 hearts. You've got to bid the limit of your hand. That's too low. Your hand is too strong. 3 hearts is not forcing. Your partner's bid after an interference bid is only forcing for 1 round. You have to bid the limit of your hand. And the limit of your hand is to bid 4, because that singleton dummy points is worth 3 extra points.
Yes.
You've got very few losers. You should be bidding 4 hearts on this hand.
Okay, I see.
You always bid the limit of your hand after the partner's bid over an overcall.
Okay,
Okay? By bidding 4, you're telling partner that you've got more than a minimum. Because all
Okay.
partner showing is a minimum 11 points.
mhm,
And you describe. Remember, opener describes and the responder decides.
okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Any other questions? Okay, so we're going to get on to hand number 6. That was a great defensive hand. I like suit preference signal. It's very exciting to be able to do that.
Linda, I just want to tell you that my partner and I, North and South, we messed up the bidding and ended up in no trump and made 6.
Really?
Yeah, we ended up in 3 no trump.
Yeah, because everything worked.
Yeah, we were
Got
just
6
got
clubs
lucky.
and 5, and
Yes.
then 1 spade is 6. My God.
It was an accident.
That was an accident, all right. That was an accident. But I don't know how you missed that 9-card hot suit.
Yeah, my partner fell in love with
wow.
his clubs. He fell in love with his clubs. He does that sometimes. I like
But
him.
you
anyway.
mean you bid hearts and he didn't want to support you?
Yeah, he wanted to bid his clubs again, so I didn't
Oh
know
my
what to do.
God. Okay, no problem.
Glenn, defend yourself.
Oh, I made plenty of mistakes. We played against you, David, and I hit the pass button instead of
Okay.
opening.
All right. Okay. All right. So we're looking at hand number 6. Let's look at the hand. 5, 12. Right. We're going to open 1 heart on this hand. 1 heart by east. Now we've got to think about whether we should overcall or whether we should double. Now, I really don't believe in doubling when I've got a 5-card major. As I said before, you have to have 18 or more high card points to double and then bid your suit. That is how we play take our doubles. Anything less than 18, always overcall, and maybe you get the opportunity to double later. I think that's very important. You might get the opportunity to double later, okay? So we're going to overcall here 1 spade. And West is far too weak to even think of coming in the bidding. Pass. And now, when you, the advancer, have 2 defensive tricks and a wonderful fit with your partner, it is your duty to ask your partner, how good is your overcall? That is the question I get asked all the time. We have such a big range. How do I know whether to bid to game, or whether my partner's only got 6 points, or when my partner's got 10 points, or my partner's got a better hand? And that is called the Q bid. The Q bid of the opener suit, which is 2 hearts. Okay, asks a question. That Q bid of the opener suit guarantees a fit in your overcalled suit, guarantees, and it asks a question. Partner, how good is your overcall? And that is what we need to know about. How good is your overcall? The Q bid. I love the Q bid. I think the Q bid could be pretty good. And on this hand, partner will tell you that he's pretty good on this hand, and he will jump to 3 spades and say, well, I'm better than a minimum. I'm much better than a minimum, and bids 3 spades because you promise a fit in spades, and then it'll go past 4 spades.
Linda, does the Q bid promise a certain number of points? I know it promises 4
Promises, let
trump.
me tell you what, I'm not a point count person, as you know from all my teaching. I'm a trick person, trick taking person. The Q bid guarantees at least 2 defensive tricks. At least 2 defensive tricks. That's what it promises. I never look at points, I look at tricks. And it shows a fit in partner suit. That's what it shows.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I also like jump cubids. I love jump cubids, but I don't know people here play it. I know that in a much more advanced game they play, they call it mixed raises. I don't play mixed raises. I don't play mixed raises. I play, if I jump, if I bid 2 hearts, I've got 3 spades. And if I bid 3 hearts, I have 4 spades. I love that. It says
Linda?
I've got 9 trumps. I'm happy to go to the 3 level, and I like to block them out. So I play jump cubid. I like that when I have 9 trumps.
So you would have bid 3 hearts here.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I love that. I'm prepared to be at the 3 level. It actually has prevented many people finding a sacrifice because they can't come in with their next suit. If you bid 2 hearts, the East hand could come in like with 3 diamonds if they had another suit, 2 suited. And if they wanted to sacrifice and they weren't vulnerable and they want to go to the 5 level, they could find it. But if you jump cubid, they're done. They can't come in. So it's just a style that I like. It's entirely up to you. That when I do the cubid, I cubid with 3 trumps, I bid 2 hearts, and with 4 trumps, I bid 3 hearts. Why? Because I'm prepared to be at the 3 level with 9 trumps. It works very well. I call it the jump cubid. Okay? You don't have to play it, but I love it. That's entirely up to you. And we're going to get the lead of the King of Hearts, top of a sequence.
Linda, excuse me a second.
The 3 of Hearts. Yes.
Excuse me a second. When you do a Q bid, you said you must have a fit in your partner's suit. Is that 3 or is that 4?
No, it's not. It's 3.
Okay.
So when it's 3, you still do the cubid. But when it's 4, I like to jump in their suit to show 4. So that takes away all the space from the opponent so they can't come in. We are prepared according to the law of total tricks to be at the 3 level with 9 trumps. So I like to differentiate between the 3-card support and the 4-card support. It makes it so much easier for partner to know how to defend, knowing that if my partner jumps, we've got 9 trumps between us. Because when you bid 2 hearts, you don't know whether we have 9 or we have 8. So jumping in their suit makes such a difference. I find it great. That's entirely up to you. If they opened a club and you bid a spade, partner will bid 3 clubs. a jump, instead of 2 clubs to ask the question. But that's
Got it.
just what I like to show. Other teachers don't teach that, and other teachers do. I don't know. But I found it very helpful. So on the lead of a heart, why did we lead the 3? Well, because we never lead high from 3 or 4 cards. If you lead the 9, you're telling partner you have a singleton or a doubleton. You always lead your lowest card from 3 or 4. It tells partner you've got length in hearts. So please never lead the 9. Always lead the lowest one to show partner the count. It shows either 3 hearts or 4 hearts.
Linda,
So let's,
Linda,
yes.
that's because it's what your partner bid.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Right. If it wasn't what your partner bid, then you use the regular top of nothing and
I know I lead the 5, second highest.
second highest. Okay.
Second highest is a good lead.
But this is because you want your partner to be able to count how many
You
hearts.
must lead your partner suit, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so looking at this hand, we're going to count the losers together. And if I look at the spade suit, we have 9 trumps between us, so we know we have no spade losers. In the heart suit, we've got 1 loser. In the clubs, the hand on my right opened. They are bound to have the king of clubs, so I'm hoping I've got no club losers. But what I do have is what's called a frozen suit. That diamond suit, queen third, opposite jack third, without the 10, means that if you break open that suit, you can lose 3 tricks. And you've got a heart, that's 4 tricks, and we want to make this contract. So there's only one way to play it. It's called a never ever suit. Queen third opposite jack third. It's called a never ever suit. It means never open that suit. That's your frozen suit. Watch how we will make the hand. You'll win the ace of hearts. We'll draw trumps. We want to finish up in the dummy because we want to take our club finesse. We're not sure if the spades are breaking. So we'll go to the jack just in case they don't, and we can play the ace. But they are breaking. There you go. No problem. Now we're going to play the jack of clubs because we want to stay in the dummy to take a finesse. And we never cover when you see the card behind it the first time or the second time. And now we play the ace. Now, the only way we can induce the opponents to open up that diamond suit, where we said it's a never ever suit, it's a frozen suit, is to just exit. We've got no more clubs. And if we give them this jack of hearts, we give them the jack of hearts, they have to open up the diamond suit for us. And if they don't open up the diamond suit, they're going to give us a ruff and a discard. And I want to talk about a ruff and a discard. If they play the ace of diamonds, they have set up a diamond trick for us. If they come, because if they take the ace and the king, our jack will become a trick. But let's say they give a ruff and a discard, which are many people do that, and they should never do that, but people do. One of the rules about ruff and discards, they say a ruff and a sluff, is you always discard, and you must all write this down because I see the mistake time and time again. When you get a ruff and a discard, you discard from the shorter suit, never the long suit, everybody. You will discard from the shorter suit. And that way you eliminate 3 diamond losers. And now you ruff over here. Now all they can take are the ace, king of diamonds. But if we go back, and I see this all the time, We need to learn that. I've seen people get handed gifts and they don't know how to take advantage of a gift. If you go and ruff here and discard here, you're still going to lose 3 diamond tricks. Why? Because we never discarded from the short side. So this is a common mistake amongst everybody. Always discard from the shortest suit first if you get a ruff and a discard. This does not help you at all. And the short side is the queen, not the long side, the jack. If they come back a diamond, we have no problem. So let's look at the ruff and discard. This is the short side. That's the long side. Throw the 3 of diamonds away. And now you can trump in the dummy. And now your hand is only going to lose 2 diamond tricks and you make the hand. There you go. And that's the end of the hand. Are there any questions? Any questions? I want to go back to overcalls. Overcalls have a very big range. And we don't know whether partners overcalling with 6 points, 7 points, 8 points, 10 points. We have no idea. But the purpose of an overcall, number 1, is for leads. The second one is to take away their bidding space. And the third one is maybe to buy the contract. Any questions, everyone? Oh, well, okay. We're going to go on to hand number 8. Okay, we're going to open on the west hand 1 heart. Now let's talk about an overcall. When I want to overcall, I want the lead. Number 1, we can never double. We haven't got tolerance for the unbid suits, all 3 suits. You don't have spades. You need at least 3 spades to a top honor, not 4, but 3. Either ace third, king third, queen third, or jack fourth, or 4 little in spades. So when I'm unbalanced, I want my partner, should anything happen at the table, to lead a club. So your overcall on this hand is 2 clubs. Without a question of a doubt. I think it's a pretty good hand, don't you? Pretty good. So what's going to happen over 2 clubs? What are we going to bid next? Well, we've got the heart stopper. And what I like about this hand is that I have a fit with my partner. I have 3 clubs. When I don't fit with my partner, I pass 2 clubs. I don't believe in trying to rescue my partner out of her overcall. But when I bid no trump, I'm telling my partner, hey, partner, I don't want you to be the declarer, because I don't want my hand to be the dummy. I have the heart stopper, and I want the lead up to me. So you should bid 2 no trump and say, partner, I fit with you in clubs, and I have a heart stopper because they opened a heart. And it's going to go pass. Oh, sorry, I forgot to pass that one out. Let me get to it, sorry. Pass by east. 2 no trump by south. Pass by west. And now looking at that lovely suit and an outside 5 points, he's going to bid 3 no trump. Now let's talk, what does 2 no trump mean? 2 no trump isn't 6 to 9 points anymore because you're at the 2 level. It should be at least 10 to 13, okay? You can't have 6 to 9 points and bid 2 no trump. So now they're going to bid 3 no trump. And that's the contract. And they're going to lead a heart. The fourth from the long one down. Third hand high, always high. And you take the ace. Why? You've got to protect that jack. And how are we going to protect that jack? Well, there's only one way to protect the jack. You're not to run your clubs. I said to you when you play in no trump, to keep your winners and dig up those treasures. And the only way you can dig up the treasures is to use your clubs as a taxi to go backwards and forwards. Do not just run your clubs because you can block suits. Let's go slowly, everybody. 3 of clubs. And why are we going to dummy? I'll tell you why. I want to protect that jack of hearts. I need to protect it. I'm going to take a diamond finesse. I've got 5 club tricks. I've got 1 heart is 7. I have 2 diamonds. 1 heart is 6. I have 2 diamonds are 8. And I need 1 extra diamond for 9 tricks. And this is how we're going to play the diamond suit. 2 of diamonds. Little diamond. And you're going to put in the jack. Why are we finessing this way? Because we want to protect that jack of hearts. If we play and let the right hand in, they'll swallow up the jack of hearts. I don't mind if West gets in, but I do mind if the East gets in. I've got to protect that jack and 1 heart. And they're going to take the queen. Now, they can't harm me in any way because if they take the king of hearts, my jack becomes a trick. Now, they've opened the bidding. What if they opened on if they are missing the ace of hearts, the queen of hearts, the jack of hearts? What if they opened on? So far, we've seen 5 points. The ace, the king of hearts, and the queen of diamonds. They've got to have the spades. So the only thing they should do now, because they can see everything else is good, is they should take their 2 spade tricks now. And if they don't take them, they're going to lose them. They can't come a heart. They can take the ace, king of hearts, but they've got to get their spades in now. They know the rest is a waste of time. And how do we know where the jack of hearts is? Because how did you know that East did not have the jack of hearts? Does everybody know the reason behind that? Very important reason. How did we know that East never had the jack of hearts? Because third hand play always plays the lowest of touching cards. So if East had the jack and the queen, East would drop the jack, never the queen. The queen denies the card below everybody. So play the king of hearts and hope the jack falls. And just take your money and run. The jack did not fall, and the rest is theirs. If the jack fell, you could take the rest of the heart tricks, but you knew they never had the jack because we always play third hand play, lowest of touching. We lead from the top, we receive from the bottom, everybody. Any questions on this hand? You must protect that jack and 1 heart. I don't care if West gets in. As long as my right hand doesn't come in because I can swallow my jack of hearts. Any questions? Okay, everyone's happy. All right, I'm ready for any hands you'd like to discuss. I'm looking at the chat, or you can ask me. If you have any more.
Can you do the bidding on hand 2?
Hand 2? Sure. Let me get you hand number 2. Not now. Let me take you just now. Just wait. Okay. Pass by East. pass by south. And now what are we going to bid in the north hand? Well, I'll tell you what I would bid. I always look at the vulnerability. And when I have not vulnerable against vulnerable, and I do not have a proper opening hand, and nothing in the spade suit, I would open 2 hearts and pretend that I had 6. That would be my style, only because of the vulnerability, and I'm third in hand. My partner is a passed hand. But let's go back. Did you open a heart third in hand? If you did not open a heart third in hand, it's going to go 3 passes. And now we have to use what's called the rule of 15. How many play the rule of 15? The last one to open the bidding. A lot of people have to add up their high card points and the number of spades. If it adds up to 15, they can open the bidding. Other people will pass out the hand because they don't think it's going to add up to 15, and they don't want to add up the hand because they might find the spade fit. But let's have a look at the hand. You've got 2 aces and a king and a jack. It just looks too good. You've got a rebid. So I'm going to open the hand 1 diamond. You have a rebid.
So Linda, I was playing north and I passed simply because, as you say, there was no stuffing. There was no 10s, there was 9s. You go ace
And
down
you
to a
don't have
5.
spades. And you don't have spades.
And I don't have spades. Yeah.
I know. It's so touchy. I don't know what I would do. I think I'd open just because I love my 2 aces and the king, and I've got a rebid of clubs. I know you're not supposed to according to the rule of 15. So did the whole hand pass out?
Yes. In our case, it did.
And what happened? How many points did you get?
We got 37%. So not.
Right. I myself, only because of the rebid, if I had 5 clubs and 4 diamonds, I would definitely pass the hand out. I've got no rebid. But on this hand, I definitely have a rebid of clubs. So on this hand, I'd open a diamond, east would pass, and this hand would bid 1 spade. Pass. Now they can't come in with hearts, you know that. They cannot come in at the 2 level. They don't have what's called suit quality. Sorry, let me finish. I was just holding my mouse there. So in this position, the bidding would go 1 diamond, 1 spade, pass, 1 no trump, because I've got the heart stopper. I'm not going to bid 2 clubs. I'd rather bid 1 no trump having the heart stopper. If my partner had bid a heart, I would bid 2 clubs. But once my partner bids a spade, I'm bidding 1 no to protect my hand and to show that I've got stoppers in the other 2 suits. And now the other hand's going to get a bit frisky. Why? Because we've got 11 points. 1 no trump shows 12 to 14. So we're going to have to make another bid. You've got 11 and lots of stuffing. You should bid 2 no trump. That's what I would bid on this hand. 2 no trump. I have 11 points. I'm a passed hand. If you've got 14, let's go to game. And now I'm not, and now they've got to make a decision what they're going to lead. I'm passing 2 no. What did most people play in?
They were all over the place, anywhere from 2 hearts in west. Couple people played 3 clubs. Couple did 1 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 spades.
But I love to open not vulnerable against vulnerable third in hand for a lead. I love to pretend that's a 6-card heart suit and open 2 hearts, because that really is taking away all their bidding space. But that's just my style. You can do what you like. I usually am short in spades. I like to be short in the other major, which I'm not, but I don't care because I'm not vol against vol. So 2 no trump would be the contract. Or they may bid 2 clubs and not bid 1 no trump. They may bid 2 clubs. And now if they bid 2 clubs, let's go back to 2 clubs. You don't have a heart stopper. So let's go back to 2 clubs by North. You do not have a heart stopper as South. So this is how the bidding would go. 1 diamond, pass, 1 spade, pass, 2 clubs. I've got 5 diamonds and 4 clubs, pass. And now South does not have the heart stopper, so South will now bid 3 clubs. And that 3 clubs shows 11 points and says, partner, I've got 11, 12 points. Are you interested in game? I'm a passed hand, but I have 11, 12, and I have clubs with you. And you will pass 3 clubs, everybody. That is how you would play the hand. You would pass 3 clubs. You're losing 2 club tricks. A heart is 3, a spade is 4, and you should make 3 clubs. Any questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
You mentioned stoppers all the time, and I was just wondering if you could explain that a little more. Like when you say, I don't have the heart stopper, I don't have the
Okay,
stopper.
well, look at South's hand. South's got no pictures in hearts. So once South does have nothing in the heart suit, if we had to switch the hearts and diamonds around, in other words, you made that the king jack of hearts and gave them the 10 3 times diamonds and partner opened the diamond, I would bid no trump to say I've got the heart stopper. It means a suit that they cannot run. I've got 1 or 2 or 3 of the top honors. That's what a stopper is.
Okay.
But when I don't have anything in that suit, I can't bid no trump. That's why I would raise the club suit. And that's what a stopper is, that you've got something that they can't run the suit. So North has 2 options. I find the diamonds and clubs very anemic looking. They've got nothing, no fillers, no stuffing, nothing. They've just got aces. And I think I'd rather bid no trump to show the heart stopper. So I prefer over 1 diamond, 1 spade, 1 no to say I've got stoppers in clubs and hearts and they can guess what to lead. That's what I would have done on the North hand. But people don't do that. They'd rather bid 2 clubs. That's their style. I don't mind it at all. And of course, no one's going to open 2 hearts on my hand, on the West hand. And that's why people do play Drury. Does anyone know what Drury is? Has anyone learned Drury?
No.
It's for opening 3rd or 4th light majors to see, tell partner, am I light or not light? It's called Drury, D-R-U-R-Y. So what did you get to in the end on this hand? Did you all pass the hand out?
We passed the hand out.
And you didn't get a very good score because you've got the majority of the points between you and your partner. And sometimes you have to break the rules. I know you've only got 2 spades, but with 2 aces and a king jack and a rebid, I'm definitely going to open the hand. Sometimes I regret it. Sometimes I've done a terrible thing. I mean, it happens. Okay?
Yeah, I just didn't like the king jack doubleton.
Yeah, but you don't want to be dummy and you want to protect that king jack of hearts.
Right.
And you've got
Okay.
2 aces. And that's why I'm not bidding 2 clubs. That's why I'm bidding a no trump. First of all, they don't know I've got 4 clubs. And second of all, they don't know I don't have 4 hearts. So I want to protect my hand. Every time I play bridge, I say to myself, do I want to be the dummy? Always, I say that to myself. And then it stops me from overthinking about whether I want to be dummy or not. Any other questions? Any other hands? No?
I just wanted, Linda, on hand number 10, West put an alert out that they were transferring to spades, you know, by saying the 2 of hearts. And I
Okay.
was wondering, I just wanted to check. So only my partner and I could see that, like her partner couldn't see it. Is that correct? When you have an alert like that?
Well, it's not an alert, it's a matter of an announcement. So East is going to open 1 no trump. And then south is going to pass. And it is the law. It is not a guideline, it is the law and it is the rule. That anytime you have a 5 or longer major, you must transfer into that 5-card suit, even with 0 points in your hand.
Yes.
And therefore you bid 2 hearts. And now it used to be an alert and no ball. We now state the partner says, well, you got a self-alert on BBO. But face-to-face, each would say spades, but you have to announce on BBO spades. So
So how
everyone,
do you announce it? What do you, because I was talking
yeah,
to,
let me show you. Go back. I'm going back to show you how to do an announcement.
okay,
Before you bid 2 hearts, click on alert. Right here, spades, and then you put down 2 hearts. And then they see the explanation. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to bid hearts, sorry. You alert here, you put on SP, and then you go to 2 hearts. And now they see the explanation. It's spades. You've got to self-alert your bids on BBO. You self-alert all your own bids to the opponent. Your partner never sees this,
okay,
but they all see it. Now it's going to go pass. And now East has got to bid 2 spades because East is no more the captain of this game. Anytime you open a no trump, you lose captaincy.
yes,
That's going to be the end of the auction. And that's where you're going to play in
Yes.
2 spades.
thank you.
Okay. Never leave a 5-card major, or if you've got a very bad hand, a 6-card minor. Always transfer, even with 0 points in your hand. If you've got a 6-card minor, you must transfer, even with 0 points in your hand, because your hand is only good in a suit. You can never make any tricks in a hand with no points. You must make sure you're in a suit. Okay?
Okay,
Good. Any other questions? Okay. All right. So I want to stop sharing the screen with you. Right. I thank you all for coming. I look forward to seeing you next week on Tuesday, and have a great weekend, and don't freeze too much, everybody. Have fun.
thank you, Linda. Have fun in the
Thanks.
snow.
Okay. What's that?
Well, have fun in the snow.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I don't have it here. I think it's in the panhandle.
Oh, okay.
We'll come here.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.